that. Yeah. Okay.
Which, like, for KKONA is like a very big accomplishment.
Yeah. Well, yeah, absolutely. That would be a big deal for them. Either way, they lost in the end.
Yeah.
So, you know, close but no cigar. They are going to be starting on the CT side of things. Vice has a smoke and a kit to utilize. It's the only utility that KKONA is bringing into this round. CLG very aggressively, just storming up past Fountain. Ocean's going to have to fall away. It is a very heavy lean towards the B bomb site for this defense, but with that early spot from Ocean, the rotation is going to start coming underway.
And of course, CLG just swarming around short A at this point, trying to bait out somebody from KKONA so they can find an early kill, but not going to be the case. Actually, KKONA looking fairly disciplined at this point. They will have to be cautious of these players booming out from connector. And, well, that sucks for you, Invert, because he opens the door, and what do you know? Tarek's on the other side of it. Takes him down, and it will yield the first advantage here to CLG. Cutler moving himself up through Monster as well, and the rest of his teammates are going to follow suit as they move themselves into the bomb site. Fugly trying to find that first kill there on Device. Once they get themselves into the bomb site, he's going to succeed in doing it. Now the site's clear. They've got control of it. They could have been fairly passive, a little bit too passive now, and this will yield site control over with not really anybody from KKONA in a good position to retake.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no avenue for them to even get it back into this bomb site. This position that Cutler holds is so strong in water. Although he does get cleared out, and actually there's Els with 2 nice kills, so making a little bit of a bid for it. Rue falls, though. Ocean is still stuck in door, hasn't been able to get out quite yet, and there it is. Hayes and JDM are going to finish things off, so a Pistorano was all CLG from start to finish. 1-0 now.
And of course, the immediate investment coming in from CLG up to the AK is probably going to be that 3-2 split on AKs and rifles as we normally expect. And KKONA responding as well. Force up coming onto Els actually, as he's going to go for a UMP armor buy on the second round. That a little bit more pizzazz to their buy here. Hopefully they can take down a couple of the members of CLG, drop 1 or 2 of these rifles, but it is actually going to be 3 SMGs coming up from CLG, focusing on just knocking them down as quickly as they can. Invert trying to get aggressive, although he's going to meet a couple HGs. Not going to do a whole lot of damage, only bringing him down to 77, but it's enough to force him back over here towards long now, where we'll have to take a bit of a duel versus JDM. And he just shuts him down quite nice there with some assistance from Tarek.
What do they really have left to do? 3 members towards the B bomb site. Vice is going to start rotating back. CLG still remaining a little bit passive, a little bit farther back. Tarek has taken complete control of long A. There's 1 player close up to JDM's right. He's going to clear that out. Els can't find the timing, and Fugly as well going to find Ocean in the stairwell. So a 5-on-2 situation. Cutler's watching the flank, but Rue catches him a little bit off guard coming up the ladder, but no chance of them really dropping this round. There is 1 UMP saved by Rue, and he might just try and keep that or go for maybe 1 more kill. Probably had to be a little bit careful, but it doesn't matter so much when you hit a shot like that.
Probably just tapping away there and shuts down Rue. No saves at all coming in from KKONA that time, and of course, on the third one, as we normally expect, things are going to have to be respected a little bit better. Just some P250s on the board for the most part, though. We'll just see those default pistols used by the CTs here now, as I'll have to let CLG chain together that third round for free. Let's look at the nice and easy start. No surprises to be found, as it would appear, against CLG's favor.
And no one on KKONA saving up as well for an AWP into the 4th round. Everyone's sitting right around $2,000, so all more than likely not going to be in the hands of the defense. A heavy stack towards long in this round, though. Flashbang comes over. Tarek's going to swing out. He gets the first kill. Hasn't noticed the player at tree yet. That's Ocean. He's trying to shift between the players, and he just slowly slides his way out of danger. Comes back for more. JDM is going to trade that off. That is an AK-47 drop, so JDM's going to bounce right back to pick that up. It's all down to just Rue, but some nice shooting from Tarek there over towards long.
Tarek just going through the shooting gallery, manages to get 3 out of 4, and of course, JDM essentially just on cleanup duty. Now Rue, as the final player left alive, sitting on the back of the A-bomb, saying not a whole lot he's going to do. The storm is going to be rolling its way right over towards him in a moment. I'll have to hope he can line himself up for a couple of headshots at best, and if not, then, well, he's just got a default pistol anyway, so no harm, no foul if he ends up going down, essentially.
Yeah, and he is going to go down eventually. Hayes leading the way with the MAC-10, willing to sacrifice that low-cost weapon for the cause, but Rue's just going to chill. I mean, I guess all he can really do here is just hope that someone chases after him.
Yeah, I think it looked like they were holding that corner at the very least. He wanted to hold like a cheeky angle and catch somebody not checking him in the corner, but now I think he just wants to end the round as he moves back over towards the A-bomb site. Not a whole lot of hope for him. There's really no reason for him to avoid dying, essentially, as he doesn't lose anything by it, so.
Yeah, and so, I mean, this is going to be a 3rd round for CLG. Next round will be the investment from KKONA, but as we mentioned, there's not going to be an AWP on the field. It'll be interesting to see what utility they can bring to the table, because there's a lot of money built up. JDM's got just under $10,000, so he'll more than likely have that AWP, drop that AK-47 over to Tarek, and just invest in the AWP right off the bat. And there it is. KKONA's buy 4 smokes no real damaging nades, no Molotovs or HEs, no kits as well, and just light armor, no head armor whatsoever invested. So KKONA, this is a very strained buy, but at least they have the 5 M4s out on the field. Invert's going to get aggressive down stairwell. There actually is a lot of presence for KKONA towards bathrooms. The Molotov is going to prevent Invert from any kind of aggression. It looked like he wanted to. It looks like he wanted to swing wide there, but he's going to be delayed at least initially.
That smoke that was accomplished the same goal in the reverse here as Fugly's held back, not wanting to play it aggressively for the time being. He just places himself in a safe position. Hayes peeking off there for a moment too, but as his smoke starts to fade away, doesn't want to leave himself overexposed. So Fugly with that flashbang, actually pretty wise to fall back behind the corner as he realizes that flashbang really probably not going to connect on anybody, but Hayes goes for a duel. Doesn't end up going so well. Tarek trades it out, but then Invert finding another one, and then it's just a huge chain of trade kills as Fugly finally ends it down to the bottom of Connector, picking up that kill into Invert and leaving things in a 3-on-3, but also need to retrieve the bomb here too.
That's pretty clever though by KKONA. I mean, to have 2 more players in bathrooms on top of the stack, it could have caught CLG off guard, but Fugly was wise to it. Make sure he's very, very focused there, not losing, not dropping the ball whatsoever. Finding a nice headshot. Now Vice's position has been given up. He's got to bail out in a 2-on-3. He's not going to be able to get away though. Fugly's there, but he loses the fight. Vice still has plenty of HP to make this work. Down to a 2-on-2. That nade is perfect though. Brings him down to 20. The rotation is in. Ocean has made his way towards this A bomb, so the remaining members of CLG are going to go out towards long, where JDM's AWP has the advantage.
And JDM slowly just creeping towards it now. They don't want to take an advantage on a risky peek. They don't want to take a risk on the risky peek now as they move themselves out. Oh, Cutler, nice response to shut down Vice. Vice doesn't even know what to do with himself there as he's eliminated. And now it's only Ocean who is holding down towards the B-bomb site, but CLG gets pretty good control of this site, and Ocean doesn't even have any utility to retake this. It's just going to be a dry attempt.
Oh, Cutler, that timing is so unfortunate for him. Down to a 1-on-1, this is doable. The JDM's up. He misses that shot. No kit on Ocean, but JDM has to kind of get aggressive behind this. This is perfect for Ocean. Is he going to be able to make this work? Goes for the fake flash.
What?
That gives it away. JDM now just playing for time here, and he's doing it pretty well. The pistol's out. The CZ Ocean. Everything was played so well until the pistol flash.
If the pistol flash actually ended up working and he got that kill, that would have been incredible. Because I don't think I've ever seen that like work in a pro setting before.
You saw the original one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, it's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while. Once everyone saw how embarrassing that was, they were just like, all right, we'll eat the flash if it happens to be a flash.
I've never casted a pro pistol flash before. I'll say that one to correct the statement.
It's, yeah, it's not brought out too often. It does have a very low success rate. That time it actually backfires and just gives it away. JDM sees the pistol come out and he just bails away. I mean, that was the thing. Ocean was baiting him perfectly into having to peek on that, and he had the close angle, so it was the battle he exactly wanted. Now, here's a good flank for Invert. The timing doesn't work for Hayes. JDM does punish that. It's got to leave Hayes scratching his head just a little bit, but still, no one on KKONA on the left side of the map. The A-bomb site, the entire pathway there is pretty much wide open. CLG doesn't know this yet, obviously. We do have the benefit of the mini-map.
So Cutler as well, making sure that KKONA don't decide to get aggressive through the monster tunnels now. Not going to be the case, like we said before. KKONA actually a pretty preservative CT side, with the exception of the normal aggression that normally works its way out towards bathrooms. But Cutler a little bit impatient now as he pushes himself out towards Monster, looking for a kill into Ruru, but Ruru holds nicely there with the CZ, shuts down Cutler, and still places KKONA into one-man advantage. Unfortunately, though, they've only got that AK down there. Ruru does have armor behind it, but they need to get him in a better position because most of CLG are now going to be pushing towards A long.
Yeah, and it looks like, I mean, there's 40 seconds left. They don't really have, I mean, they essentially just have to make a decision. They haven't really gained any control. Ocean hears all this running. Tarek's going to clear it out. Nice dink, though, onto him. It brings Tarek very low. Els is now going to have a quick flank coming on. Vice looks like he's going to respond as well in the same fashion. Rue is going to have to try and hold this off as long as possible. But everything has to go right from CLG from here on out. Rue's here with an AK-47. Gets that first kill. Can't get the second one. And there's JDM responding. Els, though, he's going for the very, very long flank. Although it does look Fugly has gotten good enough position. JDM might fall here. Well, not even that's going to happen. So JDM swaps out for an AK-47 for that exact kind of a situation. It works out perfectly. Gets the op at the end. So now KKONA, they have a chance. They have plenty of money. And look at the buy that they bust out. Double op and an auto sniper on Els. Els
is going all in now on this buy too, because obviously not going to be seeing a whole lot behind that, specifically in Ocean's case, who once more, just like we saw at the end of that last round, it's going to have no utility behind this op buy. So a very high power attempt to shut down CLG just by pure shock, I imagine here. CLG don't necessarily expect there to be two ops and an auto sniper, but the first one will be revealed now. Invert actually gets a fairly nice kill into JDM, shuts him down early on in the round. We've already seen this before, where KKONA start themselves off with a man advantage, or sometimes even two, but they've been unable to close things out from that point forward, which has become sort of their largest issue so far on this map. And now Cutler is going to look for his first entry into the site. Oh, and catches Rue switching his gun, so a bit unlucky for him. Ocean going to completely whiff that shot as well, so Cutler catching 2 on the way in, and now they get full control of this B-bomb site. And in all honesty, with guns as expensive as these, they might not even want to attempt this retake.
Yeah, I mean, even so, even if you want to go for it, it's just going to be so difficult with UWP and the auto sniper, especially with how long it's taking for them to get over. So many good positions for CLG. And yep, there it is, the call for KKONA to bail out. So Vice, Els, and Invert just going to remain away. So they'll bring those into the next round, but that initial investment, such a big investment, doesn't work out for them.
What is good, though, is that, of course, the auto sniper, and it doesn't really look like CLG are getting super aggressive about this yet because there's been some good trades. So CLG's not sitting on like a gold mine of cash at this point, is that if they don't actually move over towards Els and he doesn't fire this gun between now and the end of the round, they don't actually know he has it. But we're going to find out in a second if that gets revealed because Fugly's pushing up. Invert does reveal the fact that there is going to be another op in play, but he's already got a kill earlier on in the round, so that's not actually going to be given up just as of yet. And it doesn't look like they're going to find out anything about Els here, so no realization on there being the auto sniper, but they do drop the op there at the end of the round, which is another very high power gun that goes away. Yeah,
that's a big kill for his to get right at the end. So KKONA's going to have to try and find a way to buy into this. Els invests enough to where he can't drop another M4, so it's going to have to be the Fama spot for Ocean. Invert as well is just going to have to go with that weaker... No, he's going to go for the M4 with no utility. So it is going to be a lot placed on Els with this auto sniper to do some damage, and he's going to be out towards long. No one from CLG even kind of messing with that portion of the map so far, so it could be another round where he's just kind of... That weapon doesn't get a chime in. This is a big investment that CLG has completely avoided, and they're on a 6-0 run. KKONA... They've got a long way to go to get back into this match.
So again, still the slower style of play from CLG right now, not really moving itself over towards the A site, mainly for the focus on taking control of the connector. But it does look like things are starting to shift now as the timer's gone down a bit more, with Fugly and JDM moving to the top of connector, moving themselves out over here towards the lower park, and JDM, nicely done, shuts down Invert early on in the round, and Els too is going to get pressured. Not giving himself away just as of yet, but there are 2 players pushing in his direction, and now it's this auto sniper's time to shine. However, he doesn't realize just how close Tarek is. He hasn't spotted him as yet. He's trying to duck under it. There's the auto sniper, but it doesn't even connect a single shot, and now it goes down onto the floor. All that build-up for nothing, unfortunately, and CLG also holding a 2-man advantage with essentially 0 damage done to any of their players so far in the round.
Yeah, Fugly being very patient, allowing Tarek to be the first one in, although he does fall. It's traded off by Hazed. Vice now does find a kill, but still trying to hold off all 3 members of CLG. The op lands, brings him down to 20 HP. Still trying to just have a good angle behind this truck, and actually the flashbang works nicely. Fugly falls. This is doable. Ocean's here as well. And Vice has not been cleared out. Cutler does eventually find him, but Ocean pushes his way out. Now Cutler's got to win that battle, but he can't do it. Nice recovery from Ocean and Vice. Puts their first round on the board, but actually, even behind this now, Vice, Els, and Rue actually have a pretty decent buy into the round, despite this being their first round one.
Good control of the economy, but another big issue for KKONA that they're going to have to watch out for is these rotation times. These are taking, like, this is the second round now where we've seen Ocean take a very, very long time, essentially right until Vice had gone down from that to actually get himself to the A-bomb site. And we saw that same issue there 2 or 3 rounds ago as well, where the 3 players with high-powered guns were trying to rotate down to B, but they were completely out of the mix. It's almost like it never got communicated that the hit was coming over towards that B-bomb site. So this needs to be watched out for, because if they continue to play the faster sort of all-in style of hit for CLG that doesn't give KKONA a lot of time to actually rotate in, then they're just going to get overwhelmed round after round, especially if they can't trade things out here. But there you go. Again, the entries almost flawless in getting into that B-bomb site. Just getting a nice amount of HP off on a Cutler and JDM, but still, the final 2, they're completely out of position, and they're going to have to save.
That's a bummer. So a nice take from CLG. KKONA can't string 2 rounds together, and now the money is just completely shattered on their side of things. Invert and Els, if they're able to save these guns, which looks likely. I mean, Tarek's on a little bit of a hunt, but he doesn't seem too dedicated to it out towards Playground and Fountain, although he might be able to find Invert. So this could be tricky for Invert to save this weapon. Timing is not working out in his favor so far, and if he keeps pushing forward, Tarek's going to be able to find that. Nice shot from him. Els is the last one left. He's out towards long as well. Well, he does make his way into bathroom. But still, CLG now with this win and resetting the economy, the CT side economy especially, more than likely going to be a double save around this M4. But this is a big stance from CLG now, up 7-1 and a good chance at gathering the next 2 rounds as well.
And as you mentioned before, KKONA, we're not going to see any sort of real investment. Actually, Ruru just, all right, they're going to force up here, it seems. CZs and armor for 3 out of 4 of them, and Invert's just going to go for the Deagle buy. Armor behind his, along with a kit. So 2 kills for the team, and Els, of course, still gets a full buy because of the fact that he carries over the rifle from the previous round. But this is a big risk being taken now. I imagine just forcing up because they need to try and get some sort of rounds onto the board. And also, looking at CLG, it's not even... I mean, they're sitting on a little bit lower, so I imagine trying to control the T-set economy a little bit. But there you go, the rifle's down, and now this investment is a completely worthless buy.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's got to be the other way around. It's got to be this CC being the first contact and the M4 making the bait so that you can trade those kills off effectively, and Ocean's going to fall also. So yeah, now definitely, I mean, this is a great opportunity for CLG to just have a monster half. It doesn't look like there's any real possibility of KKONA coming back into this one. Rue's going to fall also. Tarek on the board into the round. It's JDM and Tarek leading the way. JDM's at 12-2, Tarek at 11-4. No one on the KKONA side really putting in too much of a performance here. Vice is at 5 kills. That's the highest fragger, but it's been all CLG in this half.
Yep, and of course now KKONA not going to be able to invest really anything at all, considering they need to save up here to be able to afford to buy up in the next round, or possibly the one after that, considering the money they're currently looking at now. The next round would still sort of be considered a force-up, as some of their players would be sitting around 3,900. So CLG with a very heavy lead, and it looks like it's going to be continuing for quite some time, as KKONA do have to give them a lot of respect here now to build up their economy after that last force.
Els is going to try and find something. 3 members coming through bathrooms. CLG is still playing this very, very far back. Cutler's actually a little bit exposed, though. Fugly might need to have a little bit more attention on the door. Hopefully that timing works out for him. But if Cutler gets caught, that would be a bit of a bummer. Fugly, though, he's going to clear out Els. Very cautious play towards Stairwell. Nice find for him. That's going to start opening things up. KKONA's still not able to find out exactly where they should rotate to stop any pressure from CLG in this round.
Ocean and Ruru still stacked up at the moment. Actually, a little bit apart there as the mini-map's a little bit misleading. They're going to be able to find Ocean inside of the connector, and now that leaves Ruru by himself, sitting just inside of the bathroom, holding behind one of the walls where he's praying nobody checks for him and he can catch at least 1 kill at close range. But it looks like Fugly's going to go out towards him in a second. Still no patience from Ruru as he peeks back out trying to get aggressive, but that's an easy battle for Fugly to win. Now just Vice and Invert, and it's a slow process for CLG, but Fugly finding yet another frag up onto this site, taking down Invert, and Vice is the last one alive. He'll move through the connector. I'm imagining try and catch somebody a little bit further out from the bomb site, but they've just spotted him, and now he's running.
This is where you cue that song.
Yeah.
Remember what it's called?
Yakety Sax.
Why don't you sing it for us?
No, it's not. There's no words.
Why don't you hum the tune?
It's a saxophone, and it's yakety.
All right, then.
It's like an old song.
All right, then.
Thanks, Richard Lewis.
No fun. Yeah, Richard Lewis with the reference game bailout.
There we go.
Good stuff. 5 M4s across the board for KKONA now into this round. But it's not looking very promising. There's 3 members of CLG. Actually, there's essentially 4 with Cutler, but they're all sitting over 10,000. Cutler's right at right under 10,000. So just a ridiculous amount of money built up on the CLG side, where they can essentially buy for the rest of this half. It's going to be all gun rounds. And look at the aggression. Cutler and JDM are going to be able to stop that. And Invert's forced away. Although he's still sticking around, but coming through the smoke is Tarek. He finds 1. And Fugly now has a good read on where Els is, and he's been so good at clearing out Stairwell. This time he loses that fight, though. Nice peek from Els as he comes down the stairs, but JDM now with the op. It's his chance to get into the fight. Els is still stuck in Stairwell. The bomb is down at T-spawn, so now that Cutler and Hayes have taken over the B bomb site, they're going to be a little bit bummed out, but that helps alleviate it. It's all down to a 3-on-1. And Els is going to try and flank through Monster, but CLG, I mean, Cutler's looking directly at his flank. I don't know if they realize that this is quite what's coming for him.
As he sneaks his way around, that he actually could be looking at both these kills for free. Catches the first one and gets the second one, and all of a sudden, this is a round that KKONA could steal away. And the worst part about it is, like, CLG aren't even on the site right now. JDM was carrying the bomb from way in the back of the map, and now he's got to retake the site just to get the bomb on the floor. But actually, Els might have been screwing this up now, because it looks like he's going to be rotating himself back up to the A-bomb site, and there's JDM walking into this site for free and getting that plan after all. Yeah, JDM throws a fake smoke, essentially, and Els is now with no... Oh, my God, JDM, it's very ballsy, and Els can't get the kill. It's down to red HP, down to 15 for JDM, but he has the AWP, tags him through the wall, but he's going to be able to get away. So this is... Els almost catches him with that plant, and this would be a really cool 1-on-3 for him to win, as well as the ace. I think JDM is just going to hide back, though. But, oh, no, he had the molly, so he's going to be hiding back. The problem is now his outlet smokes over the bomb, so he can't just molly it anymore. The timer's ticking away, and Els did not stick that defuse. JDM with the CZ, the flash rolls in, not peeking as of yet, the timer's getting lower, he can't find him, is he gonna get the ninja? And yes, he'll get it, and he grabs the kill, so Els, with the huge clutch for KKONA, is finally gonna put a second round onto the board for these CTs.
All 5 kills in the round go to Els. So nicely done from him, gets them their second round of the half, but now it comes down once again to the nightmare, where you have to win this next round. If KKONA wants to make this a respectable half whatsoever, they cannot get reset here. If they get reset here, this could end up being just like 13-2, a 12-3. So very, very scary for them. At least they do have the AWP on invert. As they salvage that, he's going to be boosted up out towards long on top of the flower pot. But CLG, I mean, they're very much, this is already looking like it's going to be a B hit as their end play. Knowing that the economy is low as well, knowing that the utility is going to run out very quickly for KKONA, they're just waiting and biding their time. There's Fugly. He loses that. Vice was boosted up on top of Ocean. It's a free kill, essentially. So a 4-on-5. Tarek over towards the A bomb site, but Hayes is going to try an entry right through Monster. Gets the shot he wants, but he can't land it. Now it's JDM's turn. Color finds that headshot. Vice takes his place over towards Toxic, and they are struggling to clean him out quite yet. There's the Molotov. JDM holding him in place. Misses that shot, but he's fighting in fire. He gets one more, just for good measure, and Tarek fell as well. So JDM in a 1-on-3 of his own, he gets that first flick.
Now though, alone in a 1v2. Had a good location over there under the re-peek that was about to come out from Els, but just a bit on the missed time there. If he had peeked in just a second later, might have been able to catch him as he rounded the corner. Now the Tech 9 though, tries to take a duel versus Els, but Els is the better weapon, and he will be able to close it out. 2 being chained together for the CTs, and a free op goes into the hands of Els, which he can now toss over to an additional teammate. So quite a powerful arsenal going into the hands of KKONA, and a chance to swing back at what to this point has been a relatively weak half from the CTs here. Yeah,
it looks like KKONA has really gotten the read that Fugly is going to be in Underpass towards that stairwell, basically all on his own. They do a boost there just to clean him out of that spot, and it works perfectly. So CLG get a little bit punished there. Fugly's going to go right back to it, though. Aggression from Invert, and he's going to win that battle. JDM can't grab the angle quick enough. Invert wins it. He goes for more. He misses that shot, and he's caught on the wall. So Tarek trades it off. That's a really, really good find for CLG.
4-on-4 left alive, though, and CLG still playing that very slow, very passive style of play. More than likely going to be grouping up once the time gets low enough and just going for the all-in execute. That seems to be a CLG staple on not just this map, but on Dust 2 and a lot of the other maps these guys tend to play on here, too. But the problem is now they've lost their sort of momentum spree here, and after that crushing ace that came out from Els a few rounds ago, it seems to have impacted them quite heavily. Things are not looking so smooth as they were just a few rounds back, and KKONA is able to trade a lot more efficiently too, where previously CLG was just mowing down these CTs, especially towards the A bomb site in the first like 5 to 10 rounds.
Color over towards short is just kind of holding this position. I mean, this has been a lot. KKONA just really very much willing to play retake on this B bomb site. Doesn't look like CLG's kind of figured that out quite yet, because Ocean is far back as well, and he's looking towards the B bomb site from the balcony. So at least there's 2 members here for KKONA. But Rue is going to be alone in this A bomb site. Els, though, he's the one they've got to worry about. He's got a good flank going on. He's felt no pressure over towards Highway, so he's really taking the advantage, and that dink is going to slow things down. Rue's going to find that kill, and this is where Els pounces. Misses the initial shots, though. Does eventually find Tarek. But it's been all KKONA in these last 3 rounds.
Cutler's going to try to turn the tables now as he rolls in, catching one for free, but the real task is getting the other 3 now. As he moves in, catching Els, and now he's got a possible chance of doing this. Ocean sitting on the other side, he's going to takes a lot of that damage.
There's no time. He had to jump through it to try and make something happen, but Ocean is just going to clean him out. So 3 straight for KKONA. They've now got 4, so they are turning this into a more respectable half. It looked like it was just going to be a whitewash for CLG. But as we mentioned, the money is so much for CLG that they're able to buy as this losing bonus builds up. And despite losing 3 straight, they're still not hurting whatsoever in terms of their money, and even more so, next round they're going to be perfectly fine as well if they happen to lose this. So the money management for CLG in this half has never been an issue.
Top shot from Ocean, looking to come out again, but there's actually a really great flashbang that's tossed out from CLG, so it's going to force him back inside of the bathrooms. And as well, Els may have to come to the top of connector to support him. Or he's also going to be cautious of himself being flanked here too, but doesn't even want to take a risk on staying inside of it. We'll just yield control of it over to the T's, and same thing as his teammate a few moments ago, will fall back to a safer position to make sure they don't take these heavy losses early on in the round like we were seeing before. But in fact, he's going to re-move out towards long to try and take some control there. Unfortunately, Hayes will win the opening duel, taking him down. And right after this, now these guys are just going to roll up to the bomb site here. Hayes finding another kill, but Ocean trades that back out, hiding behind the box. Now Tarek gets caught trading a weapon, but at the same time, the aim from Ocean a little bit too low. Switching over to the gun there, Invert's going to find that kill now as he takes him down, but the trades still continue for CLG. Shuts down Ocean. They hold a 1-man advantage here. Vice and Invert left alive, but both are rotating down from the B bomb site, and it's going to be a very one-dimensional retake, unfortunately, which should be a fairly simple task for CLG to hold back.
Yeah, they did use a Molotov and a smoke in the same location, so it extinguishes it. It allows Invert to at least have some space to get a new angle. That second smoke that just comes out now pretty much blocks his view, but blocks JDM's as well. Vice finds a gap in it. Smoke goes down on top of the bomb as well. CLG's got to be careful here, but that kill from Cutler is going to help them out a lot. Flash comes up over the wall. Vice has got to get aggressive, at least try and turn this into a one-on-one. He knows Cutler's over to the left, but he misses the shot. Nice play from Cutler. 10th round for CLG. KKONA stuck on 4. And actually, despite their winning streak, this is going to be a very, very weak buy to them. They've brought down so low in some of these rounds. So 4 upgraded pistols and an M4 on L's.
Just like that other round too, unfortunately, where obviously this one has a lot more utility, but for the most part, they're only going to be seeing CZs in a Wild Eagle buy coming out on the Invert. So L's is the rifle, but we saw how impactful this was the last time they bought it up, and unfortunately, they just got absolutely destroyed by it. In general, these eco rounds from KKONA have not been very impactful at all. So CLG will be looking good to more than likely claim an 11-4 half, but we'll find this out in a moment. As again, Ocean still continues to get aggressive, and the same problem as when we saw this buy coming in on a few rounds ago too, is that rifle is almost immediately going to go down, and it yields basically 0 impact. 3 more players fall directly after that, and Maru will be the last one left alive on long A.
Yeah, feeling very lonely. He does pick up the M4, but there's really nothing left to do. So this is going to be an 11-4 half for CLG. A little bit of a run there at the end for KKONA, but it just doesn't seem enough. Although we did see the first match of the night was on Overpass. So it was 11-4 half for the T side, and actually did get a little bit closer. That was between Energy and Splice, but CLG's had a pretty good grasp of this so far.
And also now CLG switching over to the CT side too, where we can probably see that up pressure coming in a little bit more from JDM. A little bit more confidence from him, Tarek as well. It's really now the problem is it's up to KKONA to make the strats come out, and we've already seen in the past what they threw at Luminosity when they played that match a couple weeks ago, and it was fairly basic strats that often just ended up working because their entry power was so strong. Haven't really seen so much of that tonight when they tried to play a more aggressive CT side. In fact, when Ocean and some of the other players tried to push out towards A, 9 times out of 10 they just got destroyed by it. So I don't expect the initial pushes from KKONA to go very well here on their T side.
Well, before we get to that, it does come down to this pistol round. Very important for KKONA to win this and give themselves some kind of breathing room if they want to make a comeback. If CLG wins this one, this pistol, then it should just be a pretty simple, pretty matter of cleaning things up with such a huge lead. All 5 members of CLG with armor, same with the KKONA side. So no utility in this. It's going to be a bunch of duels and Fugly getting fancy, hopping on top of his teammate's head, getting a little bit of boost there at the end. So many members for KKONA this underpass. Fugly has a job to do here. Can't land the headshots initially. Ocean finds JDM, and Fugly's just going to get forced back. 2 kills for Ocean. They lose that battle, and Cutler's got to bail out. No one's even moved from the B bomb site yet, so it's all Cutler. He's got to land some really, really sick shots as they come up. Here's a nice one. Can't get a second, though. He does get hit in the face, so he's down to 8 HP, and now he's just got to play passively, and they're slowly encroaching on his position. Can he get 1 more kill? 2 bullets left, and he falls, and it's all KKONA.
Cutler falling directly after that one, too. So Daze and Cutler both gone down. It's going to be falling down to Tarek to try and pull off a miracle clutch. They've spotted him. Only one going to peek him for now, so they bring Ruru, apologies, down to 2 HP. Almost Roka for a second there. But now they've got him surrounded. And hold on, still alive for now, but Vice will be able to finally take him down, and KKONA will be picking up the pistol round in the second half here.
Yeah, that early aggression from CLG, they just push headlong into a rush from KKONA. A little bit unfortunate. So it is going to be the buy-ups from CLG. Hayes has that Deagle. Cutler's going to have the Scout, and as we often see, actually no, even JDM going for a full buy of the 5.7 armor, so not saving up for an AWP. We'll have to see what comes. It is a little bit interesting to me that CLG, Cutler's the one with the Scout. But he's not the Opera, although I guess we see the same thing on the Envious side when NBK grabs the Scout. So maybe it's not that weird. Either way, towards the B bomb site, a nice stack. JDM just must have missed Ocean coming beneath, and now they're going to time this well. They did spot out L's. So 2 members in underpass. They're going to take him out. Tarek is going to be the next one up. Here come the Molotovs, the nades raining in. And there's one kill from Tarek. This is now very doable for CLG as they constrict onto the bomb site. Fugly gets one. That's Ocean. Rue as well falls. And CLG, all 5 members alive. No problems there.
Kill from Rue, just literally sitting there as a sitting duck. Unfortunately, KKONA, surprised by CLG being so aggressive with their hold there on that site instead of just bowing down on the take. And they respond to it, upset against the next round. Then that's not going to be good for the T side here. The question, though, is do they try to aggressively respond or do they respect CLG a little bit? And unfortunately, with the scoreline being like this, I wouldn't expect them to actually buy so lightly, but that looks like it's going to be the case, just upgrading the pistols, not putting anything behind it to try and strike back.
Rue's going to run right through the fire. No armor on him. And this is just easy work.
They just gave him the bomb.
Yeah, good point. Didn't even notice that. So, big mistakes coming out for KKONA in these last 2 rounds. But it's going to be an easy mop-up. Fugly, 2 kills in the round. A lot of money built up on that Map1. CLG, no issues there. Also,
look at the fact that in neither of those rounds did anybody from CLG actually end up going down. So just 2 rounds in. We're not even in the first gun run as of yet. Look at how much money CLG just have sitting in excess. Yep, that's no good for KKONA. They are going to have a small investment in this round. Again, only 2 members with armor. Rue and Els have that, some upgraded pistols. Deagle on Ocean, Deagle on Vice. They're going to try and make this work, but still, JDM and Underpass that Molotov. This time, KKONA a little bit hesitant to run through it. This is the point, though, where CLG get dangerous because they're chaining these rounds together and they've gone so well. They're going to get a lot more confident and their fragging power just increases from that, too. So Fugly catching the first one. They did not spot the player that was sitting in the back, that being Els. But I think they're going to have a strong assumption that there should be someone here. Actually, might not be the case, so he might be able to sneak around there. Ocean finding a kill, and there's Els. There we go. KKONA striking back a little bit now. Down to a 3v3. None of the big guns have been scavenged as of yet. Els picking up a Mach-10, but also keeping Cutler further back here in the site. Still going to be pretty impactful, especially now that he gets some support from Hayes, too. So KKONA hiding inside the bathroom connector at this point, but I think they're going to decide to rotate back down to the B-bomb site and try to make their take there instead. Now, which is where Tarek's lying in wait with the AK-47, so going to get some heavy firepower at this B site, although he is out in the open, so he's got to be a little bit cautious how he plays this one, but now he should start to hear the footsteps pretty soon, although actually they're going to wrap around through short and go out towards Monster. Els is going to lurk up towards the sandbags. 40 seconds left, and Hayes has rotated back. Cutler just spot jumping with the scout for any kind of intel over at the A bomb site, so B has a heavy defense to it. UMP on Hayes from far back. There's Tarek. Not able to get anything. Actually, the Tech-9 wins that battle long range. Tarek now can't do anything. So they get swarmed. Oh, that's a nice shot from Cutler. At least brings it into a 1-on-2. He can do more if he finds this shot, but the timing isn't working. Both members stuck in the bomb site. Oh my God, this Molotov. It's going to be perfect. It's going to hit both of them. The shot connects. He's going to be able to bring one of them down so low, but he's only got 20 HP himself. He's taking a breath there as he falls back, but now he's found a UMP on the ground, and he's just got to try and execute them one by one, wrapping around. He has not spotted that the player went inside a CT cubby, but also Els gave himself away. Locks on, almost takes him down, but now he's got to be careful because to his left, Ruru re-peeks from Monster. And thankfully for KKONA, that situation does end up going into their favor, but that molly had the potential to end it all. Yeah, but I mean, the real loss comes in Hayes and Tarek 2-on-3 against just, pistols and Mach-10s. They've got to get, at least one kill. They didn't get anything with an AK and a UMP. Nice shot from the Tech-9, obviously, to take out Hayes way up top as well. But still, that should have gone much, much better for CLG. Although we did talk about, as the money had built up so much for CLG, you can see this buy, despite losing that round, they have so much money in the bank. They have the MVP. JDM narrowly misses that shot through the smoke. Also still a 7-round cushion to work with us to be considered here too. So CLG not really worried about anything just as of yet, but KKONA being given another chance at life essentially, where if they had dropped that last round, then things may have gone down the toilet pretty quickly here. But for CLG, just spreading their players out, pretty usual hold here, and KKONA taking it a little bit slower than we had seen previously here too. The one thing that changed for CLG though is there's not as much of an active attempt to defend the connector as we'd seen in some previous rounds. They're focusing a little bit more on long this time. Nicely done, Vice. So there's a fight taking place. Els wins the initial battle. Fugly's still behind the rock. He gets taken down eventually, so 4-on-3 situation moving forward. All right, so the T's do win that opening trade there. And again, just aggressive pushes towards A that just have not been going well for like any of our CT teams tonight, as they're shut down pretty easily there. So KKONA will get an advantage, but actually, again, really not taking advantage of this and pushing towards the A-bomb site. They did this in a previous round too, where they are going to end up falling back and going for a B hit, where it all falls to Tarek to hold things, just like in that last round. Yeah, this is a position though he
He's done well in that. Don't think you heard that. He sees the smoke, he sees the nade. He's biding his time. Ocean's still with nades in his hand, though. That's an easy kill for Tarek. Now he can turn around. Pop Flash is going to come out. Just watching his back for the moment. That flashbang works perfectly. Now he spots a couple. He gets that kill onto Els, who is low, and Hayes is there to back him up, to guard him, and he gets a double kill. 14-6. KKONA can't string two together.
Yeah, and with them, they had a couple players from CLG too. I think they moved out from the A-bomb side a bit with them not spotting any pressure following up that that trade over there towards the back of long A. I think they were able to get the read on that at the time, rotate down much more quickly, and were ready for that attempt from KKONA to just go for the side take on B. So very repetitive strategies coming in from KKONA. It's very easy for CLG to read and take advantage of. So now they're back in control. KKONA, of course, forcing up because CLG sitting on the 14th round. Very dangerous point. They need to try and prevent it here because if not, then KKONA is looking at way too many rounds in a row just to take it into OT. Tarek, though, up close and personal, but there's no response at all that comes in. And, of course, Ocean just going to burn alive. Tarek finding 3 kills easily. Cutler finding a 4th. And Tarek looking for the 5th. Not going to happen, but he does some great damage, and they're just going to overwhelm him.
Yes, 15-6 now. CLG on the verge of winning. Nice play from Tarek. Really, really well done. That flashbang, actually, it looked like he was going to swing wide right into an opponent, but that flashbang that he had worked really, really nicely. So all Tech 9s, all pistols now for the KKONA side, and they've got to win 9 straight to force overtime. CLG is very, very comfortable in this match.
So for KKONA, they're going to press most of their players now on a bit of a split. 3 of them going down inside of the connector to take quick control here. And actually, this could work great if they can punish the players that have pushed out aggressively, especially since they got that first kill. So there we go. Invert rolls out. But JDM is ready for this one. He responds. Unfortunately, though, Cutler gets taken down. All these kills are coming out from JDM on the CT side of this. And he's trying to fall back at the same time. The shot's baited out. And finally, JDM misses it. Trying to take down Ruru, but he misses that flick. But now Hayes has arrived. He's going to be able to support this. He shuts down the final 2. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. CLG take the first map against KKONA.
Yeah, and it didn't seem like there was going to be any issues. That seemed more of the CLG that we're used to seeing versus the one that somehow only has 4 wins in Pro League. So that was good stuff to see. Then that was more of what what we saw from the major, what we saw in Malmo, even despite them not getting out of groups there. The team that we've seen over the past few months be very much improved from the past. So hopefully they can keep that forward into the next map. They're going to be playing KKONA again, and it is going to be on. I'm sorry, completely forgot. It's going to be on Dust 2. Yeah. Dust 2 is going to be the map. So
that's correct,
we will be on that map when we return for the second of this doubleheader. So stay tuned, and we will be right back.